The sound, I believe, that our late bishop spoke of is not limited by language. The sound is not limited by country. The sound is not limited by race. Can I say it this way? Language can't keep us apart. Country can't keep us apart. Color cannot keep us apart. Why? Because the sound is louder than language. The sound is louder than country. The sound is louder than my color. Sometimes when you hear the sound for the first time, it might be foreign to you. That's why when we read in our text, the people in the book of Acts said this: "What is this?" Or "What does this mean? What is this sound?" They're saying, "I've never heard this sound before." Now here's the amazing thing. You don't have to be raised on the sound to hear the sound. I was raised as a Christian, but I connect with the sound I hear when the Dalai Lama speaks. What does this mean? I wasn't raised interfaith. I wasn't raised with an appreciation for Buddhism. I was raised believing those are cults. Buddhists are part of a cult. Hindus are part of a cult. Not sure what god or gods that they all worship, and our job was to convert them. Here I am, raised a Christian, raised with altar calls and water baptism and missions and going out and making disciples and converts of the whole world. I have not heard this sound, but I connect with something inside of me when the Dalai Lama opens his mouth. Something in my Christian consciousness connects with that sound. I've never heard it before. I wasn't raised on it, but the first time I heard it, something in me said, "Hey, something is in that man that's in you. Something deep in him is calling to the deep in you, and it's jumping over religious lines right now." Watch this. Somebody might say, "I was raised a Jew." But I connect with the sound I hear when I read the Islamic Sufi Hafiz. I want to read you a quick statement from Hafiz and see if something in your Christianity hears the sound of Hafiz. "I've learned so much from God, I can no longer call myself a Christian, a Hindu, a Muslim. I can no longer call myself a Buddhist or a Jew. The truth has shared so much of itself with me that I can no longer call myself a man or a woman or an angel or even a pure soul. Love has befriended Hafiz so completely that it has turned to ash and freed me of every concept and image my mind has ever known. There is a sound that comes from heaven. And if you have ears to hear, this sound is louder than race. The sound is louder than religion. The sound is louder than region. The sound is louder than gender or sexual orientation. The question I have for you today, can you hear the sound?" Woo! Jesus heard his entire life for 30 years. He heard strict religious tradition his entire life. But something in him didn't resonate with it. I hear what you're saying, but I don't really receive what you're saying. I've learned everything you've said, but I don't believe everything that I've learned. Can I say it that way? You can learn and not believe it. I hear you, I'm listening, but I don't believe. It's not resonating inside of me. He spent 3 years saying, everything I've heard of old, we're going to put that aside. Now I'm going to say something different to you. What makes Spirit and Truth peculiar? Many of us come from different backgrounds. Many of us come from different denominations. Many of us come from different cultures, even countries and races. But we all heard a sound. I want to say it this way. We are all hearing a sound. What does that mean? That sound is bringing us together over all these boundaries. Boundaries of race and watch this, and gender and sexual orientation and boundaries of religion. Boundaries of country and culture, even boundaries of language. Sometimes that sound is greater than all these lesser sounds. I think you can see that right now. You see that whether it's in the protest, whether it's not just black people saying Black Lives Matter. It's people from every race, every tongue, every tribe under heaven saying Black Lives Matter. This moment matters. They're jumping across something, watch this, because they're hearing a sound in their heart. Something in their white heart, in their Mexican heart, in their Jewish heart, something is saying it doesn't matter what these secondary considerations are, there's a sound that's resonating in me as a human being. Something is saying there's a call to action, a call to awakening right now. That is the same sound that brings us together. I want to give you an affirmation today. Let's read this out loud together today. Today, I recognize that my connection to another person is not specific to their race, country, culture, or even religion. I connect with people of like vibration and with others who hear the same sound. Can you say amen to that today? Amen. God, we thank you today for sharing the space between